Jamaica's Christopher Cubby Taylor, third in Finland. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your comments. After this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races, then we look at your comments. So stay until the end. You just might hear from yourself. Una ready? Yep, good to go. Jamaica's Christopher Taylor ran third today at the Oslo Diamond League in Finland behind Karani James of Grenada and Isaac Makwala, who came second. Karani James won in a time of 44.78 with Isaac Makwala running 45.45 and Christopher Taylor running third in a time of 45.52 over the men's 400 meters at the meet. Christopher Taylor's time of 45.52 will have to be improved drastically and shortly. He needs to get below that magical 45-second barrier to be truly competitive internationally in the men's 400 meters. Now, we recently saw him set a season's best of 45.45. He did this at the meet recently held in the Netherlands. This season's best of 45.45 was set by Christopher Cubby Taylor in his season opener for the outdoor 400 meter season. Now, absent from today's meet, Omar McLeod did not compete in the men's 110 meters hurdles. Now, Javon Francis of Jamaica is the only person who has done a sub 45 so far. I believe his time is 44.87. I'll double check. But Christopher Taylor needs to get below that 45-second barrier. As far as I'm aware, however, based on his run from last year, he may be the only person who meets the criteria for getting to the World Athletic Championships for the 2022 season. In fact, I'm almost certain that he's the only Jamaican thus far who has met that criteria. Now, Taylor clearly has the talent, the speed, and the legs, and it is still a relatively early time in the season, and obviously he's doing these runs to sort of get his legs under him, work out a 400 meter strategy that he'll be able to take to the national trials here in Jamaica in another week or so, as well as to the World Championships should he make the team, and I suspect he will make the team. But as he is the only person who actually currently qualifies regarding his time from last year, you experts can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost 100% certain that I'm right. I think Taylor needs, I mean, to me, he's always around that 1-2-3 mark, which is a pretty good thing. But considering that Michael Norman's world leading time, I believe, is 43.60, Taylor has his work cut out for him, and we're not even talking about Gardner and these other persons, as well as Karani James, who's been running really, really well. My take is, at this point, it's still relatively early Taylor seems to he's somewhere in that 45.4546. He has to get below the 45, and he has to do this at least by the national trials, or at least within 2 weeks of the national trials for him to be competitive at the World Championships. And I'm a huge fan of this young man. I think you all know this, but he seriously, to be truly competitive, he has to get well below that 45-second barrier. He has to be running at least a 44 point, I don't know, 60 to be competitive, in truth. And as I stated, he's the only Jamaican male thus far who has qualified in terms of his time for the World Championships in the men's 400 meters. There's a criteria for those who don't understand. You have to, for you to qualify to be able to run at the World Championships, you have to, there's a barrier. You have to get below a certain, as a 400-meter runner, you have to run below a certain time for you to be to qualify just to go there and run. And I can understand that at this point, Taylor is really, it's clear to me, just working on his strategy, but he needs to increase that speed, and he has to get below that 45-second barrier. I still have great faith in this young man. As I said, he's always around that 1-2-3, 1-2-3 in all of these races, but I really want to see him. We just saw him run against Karani James, who might be the number 2 thus far this year in terms of, Karani. He's looking really, really good. So he just might be that person. But Taylor, I think, will still do an excellent job. There's still time yet, but he must get to at least a 44, I'd say a 44.60 to be truly competitive, because the times out there are crazy, people. And go double check, but I'm pretty certain that he's the only person who qualifies thus far in terms of his time for the World Athletic Championships. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So let's take a look at some of your comments about this young man. Commenting on Christopher Cubby Taylor's recent season's best of 45.45, Richard Green wrote, "Not impressed." Big Brooks wrote, "Slower than his 15-year-old world record." King Matthew Hogarth wrote, "It's his season opener. Calm down." I guess he was responding to that previous statement. Yeah, it is his season opener. And I really think he's going to run faster. So Jamaica's Christopher Cubby Taylor runs third in the men's 400 meters at today's Oslo Diamond League meet, which was held in Finland. Taylor is clearly getting ready for his national trials run, which will be happening in a few. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like if you enjoy the content, leave a comment. You are kings and queens. Bless up!